out a fairy tale, and we never heard anything negative at all about them until it went bad, right? And then he had to spend 2 days in jail behind it. So people get a little weird sometimes. So you just got to protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. It's not about if I'm schooled or not. If you say a person is schooled, then they would know to protect themselves. They would know that the Blue Ridge Mountains are also in Georgia, and there's 20 acres anywhere, and you could get married outside anywhere in Georgia with 3 years of protection. That's you're saying he's schooled. No, not really, because he said she wanted a good venue. And this is the tent. This could be erected anywhere. This could be erected anywhere. It likely was. Including in Georgia. Including in Georgia. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I think he's just inexperienced. I mean, people say, oh, he in love. I'm like, I don't even think that is he in love like that. I mean, I'm not saying he's not. He's inexperienced. When you're inexperienced in relationships, you tend to not know what's really going on until you get burned. And then you like, oh, that person really didn't like me. Oh, they was with me for my money. Oh, she was cheating on me. I mean, sometimes people just don't know until you know what you know. And when you're young at relationships like that, are green, as they say, and Travis was very green. When they saw him, he was green as hell. He didn't even know his own worth. He didn't even know his own worth. My mama used to call people like this Good Time Charlie. Oh, okay. I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't know what it means. What does that mean exactly? Exposing the truth. What does that mean? She had a dollar sign tattoo on her ring finger. And see, here's the thing about that. That wasn't just a dollar sign. That was somebody's name. And when people realize that, that's when she removed the tattoo. And see, that's problematic in itself. See, you could remove this. See, when you have a woman pining away for another dude and you don't know about it, and then when you find out about it and you realize that necklace she been wearing was from him, and that's why she makes sure she get up and put it on every day, a tattoo of a person, that's his name. And she probably showed it off in the video. I was like, does Travis even know this dude? Does Travis even know this dude? Does he understand? Because if he was in his living room, would he know who it is? You know what I'm saying? So that's not just a dollar sign. That was a message. That was a person. And every time, and Travis's beautiful engagement ring was sitting right over it until it was exposed to the public. And after that, she went off the internet. That's a messed up. The truth, they just should have kept letting the truth come out. Sometimes it's better to find out things before you go all in. And now he's all in. He's all in. To end up with a baby after a cheating scandal? Mm-mm. I mean, you got to remember, the people around Travis got something to gain themselves. Whether it's her brother, who somebody said he got a job. I'm like, that's good. Or whether it's his people that y'all keep talking about, they all got something to gain. Travis got to get to a 5-year contract. And he works for Young Money, he said. So he benefits from that. He benefits from Travis signing, being with Young Money. Lil Wayne benefit from it. I mean, all these people got something to gain. That's why when you in those types of situations, you got to be smart about who you let in your circle. And I feel like, at one point when it came out that he said she always around, she backed off and she sent her brother. I don't know what they're going to do now, because he got to go to camp in June and she can't go. And I don't think he's coming home, because I don't think it's like that. I think camp is you stay there. If anybody knows what camp is like, I think they go somewhere or they stay somewhere or whatever, they locked in, I think, for like a period of time. Possibly, I mean, they survived rookie mini camp. It was only a few days, but it's going to be different. It should be the same because of the whole NFL thing and college you traveled. And, she should be looking forward to getting outfits for the games. She should be looking forward to going to the games. And then somebody, if she going to either meet somebody that's already with the organization, or he going to have to fly one of her friends around. Hopefully she meets somebody, one of the other wives. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen. And they all just go together. And then that becomes her new circle. And that could also be support for her, because when her birthday roll around, she'll see how the other wives don't just get up and go to Mexico. She'll be like, oh, okay. And sometimes that's what people need. They need guidance. And sometimes you can learn from people without them actually teaching you. You can learn from other people. And they might hear her say, oh, my birthday coming up, I'm going to Mexico. And be like, girl, you going to leave your husband and not go to his game? You can't do that. You're not going to have a husband. You see all these thirsty women out here? That's how you learn. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. Because believe me, Believe me, y'all think what y'all want. It's a woman out there who peeped that truck, who know what happened with her, who gonna pop up and they gonna be right there. And they might be a reporter. Because when Travis do interviews, he barely look at the woman. I'm like, I get it, Travis, but you gotta look at people in relationships. Maybe the guy was physically abusive, or maybe he cheated, and then he walking the straight and narrow so he can come back home. You think she wanted to lose this bag? Hell no. So I'm gonna straighten up and fly right too. But is it permanent? And that's what you don't know the answer to that yet because it's too soon. It's only January, so you protect yourself. You protect yourself, and that's the smart thing to do. If you were schooled, that's what you would do. Making us think it was this, that, and the other. And I keep telling y'all, just because people do something for you, don't mean that they have good intentions all the time. Sometimes I do things for you so I can see what the landscape look like. Because when you get a divorce, you know what the first thing they're gonna ask you? How much money we talking about here? And she know why, because she been managing it the whole time. Now imagine if she just got added to the bank account, say this week coming up, then she wouldn't know. She'd have to kind of get invested in and figure some things out. But I know everything enough to know to walk out the door next week. Not saying that that's gonna happen, but again, that's that level of trust that shows that there's no protection there, even after a scandal. But his thing was, y'all don't know her and y'all don't know me. And he was right, because we learned out who he was. We learned who he was throughout all this. We started to see his frugal principles go to the wayside. And he had NIL for a minute. We started to see him do things. I'm going to pay for you and your friends, and you're going to be broke. You keep doing that. That's why you don't have $2 million in your bank account. Because every time somebody want to come up, but we don't see his brother coming up like that. And that's why I'm like, his family it's going to come up at Thanksgiving one day. Is somebody going to say it? You do everything for her and she treat you like this, and you don't do anything for us and we your cousins. It's going to come up. It's going to come up at Thanksgiving. It's going to come up. It's going to come up. It's going to come up, because I do believe when other people are different, like, okay, Jalen Hurts, he didn't buy a lavish house. He bought like a $300,000 house, and I think it might be a rental house, so he might be living there. He bought his parents a modest house. And I don't think everybody need a $5 million house. More about, I think it's putting somebody in front of you and everybody else. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy. So what Cam said was right. Money doesn't change you. It reveals who you truly are. And that's what I started to see at the end of the last week at the old OSU thing with, him paying for her and her friends to go to Mexico, and she putting these disrespectful pictures up there that he did not like. And then she don't close the website until when? The guy from the strip club pop up. She don't take the tattoo off her finger until when? It comes out about who the tattoo is for. See, that's not somebody you want to do like this. That's where inexperience comes in at. You can't just want to love on anybody. You got to treat people accordingly. Throw it out. Well, list things anybody could say to throw it out. But the protection was on the Georgia side. And like I said, I was kind of deflated after I realized when they said it was, because I was like, oh, they're in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I know exactly what it is. Yada, yada. I've never been to Blue Ridge in Tennessee. I've been to Blue Ridge in Georgia. And based on everything I saw, hell, it looked like Georgia to me. I mean, you just outside. So, I ain't see no mountains. So I'm thinking, you in Georgia somewhere. And I was like, the protection came in Georgia, at least 3 years. So it does, but my brother was married. It still had to pay because she had kids. Right. That's why I'm like, y'all talking about a prenup. That's out the window now. I'm like, that's out the window. In Tennessee, it don't matter if you have one or if you don't. You can have one, but you can challenge it really easily. And then when you pregnant and you having a kid, I mean, you just kind of, to me, she did everything to protect herself and protect her investment. He did not. She did. She did it. She did what she needed to do. And after the cheating scandal, she ends up pregnant. That shouldn't happen like that, especially if that's the case. If that's not the case, cool. But if it is, that was like putting a lock on the situation, because the wedding was already planned. He could have easily called that off. And now you put a kid into it, and it's going. It gets. See, when people try to manipulate you, they make it hard for you to leave. planning and having their wedding planned to the T so early. So early was like, well, we get married, so ain't no point in backing out. Then after the cheating scandal and the thing, see, y'all thinking it's just about these random dudes. No, it's about the dude with the tattoo on the finger. That's who this is about. That's the problem. Not these randos. The other dude. That's the problem. And if it circle back and we here having this conversation, I'm like, I told you that was a problem. That's the problem. And when it comes out that you wearing my engagement ring and this is really his name in symbol form, and then suddenly you move it, oh, there had to be a conversation about that. But then you end up pregnant. See, she did everything to ensure if the marriage don't happen, and if you want to argue about it, then just wait. Just wait, and then you go argue with somebody else. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, go argue with your mama, because I'm a woman. I know exactly what I see happening here. She protected herself. Well, the wedding is locked up. The wedding is locked up. Shit, don't December probably. Then you got all of this comes out. Everything comes out. Not the randos, but the dude with the tattoo finger. Why you think the tattoo's supposedly gone? Because it was his name. It ain't about a dollar sign. That's his name. And his ring was sitting over his name. So, you know, it had to be some conversations about that. So when you come out of something like that, ain't worried about the randos. It's that dude. If you listen to his music and his lyrics before and after, it's that dude. People tried to interview him. He was blocking. He didn't want to say nothing. He even dropped music saying she got a million reasons and they something about your confidence and this, that, and the other. Like, they got something. Sometimes people have a bond and you can just see it. And that's the problem. And heaven forbid Xavier Worthy happened. And heaven forbid somebody gonna have to scrape Travis up off the sidewalk because he's already in the picture on her finger and all on your ring finger. That's his name. And then it's gone. And then now she pregnant. And y'all say he's schooled. You know, see, because when you say that that's love, how do you say that that's love and somebody pining away for somebody else that you don't know about until the whole world finds out about it? You know how embarrassing it is for everybody else to find out? We ain't talking about the randos. I'm telling you, it ain't the randos that's the problem. It is embarrassing for everybody that's watching in all countries that can see this, that's following, because there are people that be on this podcast from been in Africa. So it's people on Bucky's channel from Brazil. It's people that follow Travis from other countries. But when everybody tuning in to watch this and we see how it's really going down at one of your most critical moments, and then we see some more, and then we learn about the randos, but then we learn about the real dude and what the tattoo really means. And you went all this way with that tattoo under that beautiful engagement ring, and then you took it off because there was some tension there. They had to have some conversations, and then now possibly pregnant. And if you started out with a lie, and it took the truth to come out for you to take somebody's name off your ring finger, and you already engaged and wearing a beautiful engagement ring over somebody else's name when you could have easily took it off back then, why did it take this scandal to come out? And you say you love me? That's exactly what's lacking. People, you know, it's funny. People see it when it comes to women. People can see when women are in a relationship and they don't have self-esteem. It's so obvious. But when it comes to men, it's like people feel like they don't realize that a man can lack self-worth or have low self-esteem. I don't understand that. That's weird to me that you think every man out here is put together and hasn't been through something to where they lack self-worth. So the takeaway was he didn't protect himself. And what Cam Newton said was right. Money reveals who you really are. And if you see a woman and you want to have her and you ask, how much is it to get her? Then what kind of dude does that make you? Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Be sure to join our daily live stream and listen up to What She Said Sports on the go on Spotify.